Oh hey there, you just caught me in the middle of filing my taxes. This year I dumped every single penny of every single paycheck into my tax bucket so that come tax return time I just might get enough money back to afford a decent Sega Saturn game. Oh wait, I don't have a job. So Sega Saturn consoles don't actually cost a lot. Its reputation for expensive games is deserved, but as a stubborn cheapskate I hate feeling excluded based on price. So I dug through the cheapest portion of the library for games to help me enjoy my Sega Saturn on a budget. Here are my top 5 good, cheap Saturn games, with apologies for the ones that are really obvious, like my number 1 pick, the Saturn 3-pack. As a console packing compilation of 3 full Saturn games, it's the most obviously obvious part of any Saturn collection. It's a hair more expensive than all the other games here, but the 3-pack here is common, so keep your eyes peeled. Virtua Fighter 2 is a good 3D fighter, and Virtua Cop is a good light gun shooter, and Daytona USA is a good arcade racer, and this belongs in every Sega Saturn collection. My second pick is the one I actually want to focus on here, Sega Rally Championship. It's still not a surprise, but this rally racer is just so much better and cheaper than the average Saturn game that it's just the perfect game for this list. It looks and sounds excellent, and the rally racing style feels spectacular. I don't have a lot of arcade in my background, but this game still manages to give me like arcade nostalgia somehow. A close third place is the King of Fighters 96, one of the better 2D fighters on a system with a lot of good ones. I'm personally terrible at one-on-one fighters, but it's still very easy to tell this is a great game. My last 2 choices are more polarizing and even a little forgettable, but they'll add some diversity to a budget collection. Number 4 is Solar Eclipse, a third-person spaceship on-rails shooter that has a dated graphical style, but generally still plays well and as a small bonus is exclusive to the Saturn in the US. Number 5 is Grid Runner, a maze game from an overhead-angled perspective that feels like a futuristic capture-the-flag-in-space version of Pac-Man, and it's not amazing in any sense, but is a kind of mindless fun. And that's it. If you have a Sega Saturn but not many games or dollars, just remember to write off your pets as livestock when you file your taxes, and you'll probably save enough to afford the games here that caught your interest.